Hello everybody, this is Chad Warren at chadwarren.me, and let me see here. No, gotta move that there. Tap this, it's not responding. There it goes. Okay, so I will be commenting on this video at YouTube on the Bill Whittle channel. The Never Trump case against impeaching Trump. Just let him lose the election. So, it's not really important to me what the topic of this conversation is, although I have watched the video. Basically, my position is that talking about the news, regardless of if you consider yourself to be part of the establishment where you believe in voting and other fairy tales like political parties and all that jazz. It's not our government, it belongs to the ruling class. Harvard did a study, we'll go into that here, but it's like pro wrestling for adults, okay? So otherwise intelligent, well-intended, strong people that have a lot more going on in their life than I do are retarded. They're mind controlled, okay? Because they have unwittingly been handed a consumer slave system but they believe that they're free. They trust the system. And they're probably not ever going to change. But, you know, I feel I have to try to cooperate. Okay, so my response to this is this. I think talking about politics is about as helpful in the real world as talking about sports. I think it is the equivalent of pro wrestling for otherwise grown adults. Trump has literally participated in wrestling with the WWF owner McMahon, you know, where he clotheslined the guy and jumps out of the ring, or no, he jumps down and hits McMahon on the head and all this jazz. Harvard shows that legislation has a 30% chance at best of becoming law. So, it's a fact that backs up what everybody knows. It's not our government. It belongs to the international class. The Masons, Zionists, actually run both sides of anything. They ran the French Revolution and erected the Statue of Liberty. They ran the Tea Party, which is the same as how the CIA dresses up like brown people and says they are ISIS today. I used to hate the psycho-lying ruling class, but now I hate my peers who are suckers for this live-action role play. I agree on the surface with most of what Trump supporters like to hear, but are they honest enough to dig deeper to see if those plans are working as promised? Or MAGA hats instead of directly take action themselves to make America great again? Is Trump actually conservative? How is it conservative for him to attack big tech as the liberal elite who censor the alt-right, but then say he wants them to decide who gets to exercise the Second Amendment based on spying on us? How is he for free speech, but he caused a male black dentist in Dallas to lose his contract because he opposed the Israeli government for war crimes against the Palestinians? That's saying it's anti-Semitic to question the U.S. government, since it's run by Israel via the most powerful lobby in Congress, AIPAC. How did he lower prescription drug prices? That's a federal mandate. You want the wall built? Ask why the U.S. gave Israel money to build 2 walls. You like military security? Ask why it was a good idea for the Pentagon to upload their data to a cloud. How is it safe when both Microsoft and Amazon, who competed for that contract, both have known Mossad agents in control of those programs? Study the Talpiot program. Did you know Israel runs tech now, not Silicon Valley? That big tech is bigger than big oil now? That U.S. taxpayers fund weapons and tech research which is given to Israel for free? That's the greatest breach of nationalism I've ever heard of. You know, corporate products like Coke and Pepsi aren't American companies, right? They're global companies. The same is true of America. It's just a corporate brand, the USA. Haven't you learned that the Rothschild central banking system took over the U.S. money system over 100 years ago? That Greenspan asserted the buck stops with them? I think I, as the anarchist, am more of a patriot to American values than people in the mainstream. What is law? It's whatever nature allows. The U.S. Constitution is a good code to live by, but the problem with words, books, and computers is that it can create a false sense that someone else is running things. Only if we exercise our civic duty to personally enforce law and make it uncomfortable for powerful people to break the law or be corrupt can we truly reflect the ideal of America or anything. We don't have to go through these flippin' scam jokers and their systems. That's the whole point. I'm in the Career Karma. It's this app. It's a community. It's people that got jobs in computer programming. And now they're helping others do the same. And they're not directing us towards as much these 4-year degree schools where they have no incentive to make sure you get a job. It's just like the movie theater. They just take your money up front, and if you don't get a job, well, screw you. It's not like that now. Now you got these companies that have a real demand for these jobs, 500,000 they need, and they've got 50,000 people doing it now. So they're willing to do all kinds of stuff. Maybe give you a computer. You don't have to pay up front. They're going to take the cost out of what you make. So they're encouraged to get you to get a higher paying job so they get paid more. You see, we have options. Why waste time with social media when we need to make a damn system? That's what I aim to do, to take over, because I'll just keep going here. There should be no professional government. If we felt it depended on us, we would act different. That's why originally senators were not paid some grandiose salary. It wasn't some money-making thing to be involved in the government. It was more of a civic duty, a volunteer thing, just like the military. How it's all a scam because it's mercenaries that are paid to do if you're needed. Which makes it a lot better, because then those people are, it's going to be a lot of people that don't want to be there but have to be there, and they're going to be critical and work to make sure that it's not corrupt. I can't stand how dishonest people are, and they forget what happened 5 seconds ago. You got Eisenhower saying beware of the military-industrial complex. Now you got Trump supercharging the damn thing. All these military bases are overseas as a place to run drugs, people, all kinds of illegal activities by a bunch of corporate pirates. I may as well watch those two old men Muppets at the opera who complain as much as watch any news, including alternative media. And the conspiracy culture is just as retarded. Finally, a lawyers committee has sued the FBI over their scam investigation. Check out lc4911.org, and gathered a grand jury, but people just want to complain. They don't even have the will to like, comment, and share these posts, as anyone who takes this content they create seriously knows. I think it's dangerous that the left is so loony because we're not defending weaknesses in the right. And give me a frickin' break. Learn about the actual natural laws. Learn how magic is a real thing. You've got a female energy and a male energy. Your male energy is consciousness. Your female energy is your form, your movement, that's reality. So you don't get to just go, oh, well, I don't like the left, or I don't like the right. Well, screw you. You've got a mental problem. Everybody's got two sides of the brain. Everybody's Come on, do you complain about playing chess? I want to be the black pieces. I want to be the white pieces. Stupid. The whole point is to get in that God perspective and not be the damn pieces at all, and to appreciate the flippin' game itself, not to have some illusion that you can win at the expense of somebody else and it not come back to affect you. It has become the party of Trump, this conservative Republican Party, which means that support will have nowhere to go after his time is up. So if my Briggs Myers' personality description is that of the debater, and I hold on to that because that's what I was anyway. And when I was a little kid, boy, people would say, "Boy, you like to argue." Yeah, I like to use the fact that I understand what words mean, and even though I'm obviously emotional, I'm not stupid. I can tell when, I'm getting my chain yanked. But it seems like other people, again, that are otherwise way ahead of me in so many ways, are like retarded compared to me in terms of admitting their bias and their weaknesses and seeing the benefit of attacking yourself, of playing devil's advocate, because you're going to make us stronger by working together and understanding all sides. Even if somebody's crazy, you got to understand that. Also, it's called the United States, so we should respect each other's perspective, even if we think it's crazy, or else we can't cooperate. So I'm open to doing that. Please, seriously. I did appreciate the Trump supporter who came off the sidelines and helped clean up Baltimore. How can I help organize Trump supporters into taking action? I pick up trash as part of the Keep Arkansas Beautiful campaign. Conservatives need to have their own nature steward program, like how the scouting program teaches leave no trace principles. Can you imagine the goodwill and public relations of seeing those MAGA hats on people cleaning up neighborhoods while the libs trash a park to save the earth with Greta with more hot air from their hate holes? We need to direct social media energy toward local activism. We need to shift arguing into a sport, which is what it is anyway. But shift that towards where we're competing on projects to see who helped more, the left or the right. Now that's an Olympics I would like to see. Screw a bunch of pole vaulting and all that. Who cares? Compete on who can help the homeless the best. Hong Kong is kicking America's butt in doing what America's supposed to do. Be a vibrant civil defense. That creates a win regardless. We have to recognize we have a problem, just like the person who decides to go to AA. The merchants of Venice control the world through addiction. Now, we all have addiction thanks to the internet. You just want to get your point of view? There you go. Are you going to do anything about another video? There needs to be a rule. You have to do something with what you know, or it's a mental illness. You may as well be schizophrenic. The ruling class knows natural law better than we the people, that we're likely to go into credit debt and die from cancer from artificial poison in food, because we don't have the discipline to be responsible for ourselves, thanks to imagery of Superman and Jesus, government, business, and science education saving us, but it won't. All of that is an attack on the individual willpower network. This worship and hate for Trump is sucking away our goodwill in exchange for supposedly entertaining news to comment on. I have issues like we all do. Help me work with you and be a leader to these conspiracy and occult researchers. Trump thanks his Kabbalah teacher. Alchemy is real, whether it's Newton who wrote more about it than science, or quantum theory today, which proves consciousness affects outcomes. Science happened because they knew alchemy worked, but they didn't know the how beyond observing conceptual relationships between letter and number in nature. And look at how pivotal the Vatican was into science then and today. It's the post-internet world. Sorry if this seems out of left field, but we have to make merging these different perspectives a top priority. We're like the men who were blind and all touching different parts of the elephant, who were all half right about what they experienced, but all wrong about the big picture. We have too much info. I learned that the scam of the truth-seeking esoteric community is that we're also causing chaos to rule, because even if what we study is true, it disrupts the mainstream consensus reality, because people want to see the world how they want to, which is the NFL and Disney on steroids with Buddy Jesus on a surfboard, rather than how it actually is. Unity, despite disagreement, should be our top priority, because a civil war seems possible to me. International business folk don't have the same skin in the game that we do. They pay for news, which causes chaos, so they can offer false security, which consolidates their ruling class position. See George Soros, see the Koch brothers. That means we have to cooperate whether we like each other or not if we care about humanity. If you read sci-fi like Snow Crash, our future and now is more about corporate agreements rather than nations. Facebook has more members and money flow than many nations. We should learn how to cooperate using computer code, which replaces banks, government, and law, because you can program whatever rules into a blockchain agreement you want. See, the problem is that nobody values the folk common sense anymore. We're so sucked into the black hole of media, of the corporate controlled reality of Disneyland, right? That people think, oh, well, I guess, that's in humanity's past. If it is in humanity's past, then humanity is in the past. Okay? So Catholics and atheists and whomever will have a cryptocurrency to literally represent the value of their ideas within the marketplace of ideas. Wall Street started the Bolshevik Revolution. Study rich people don't need us anymore. They're replacing workers with robots. So you're going to have to shift, or you will be eliminated, not by law of paper, but by how they can craft messages that overwhelm people who don't know how to cooperate and manage their own affairs. The time for childish division arguing is over. We're moving into a planned austerity time, the opposite of the planned baby boom, which was used to knit together the end of the capitalism-based world economy. The internet signaled the planned transition to communism, where the new currency is mining personal human resource data and modifying behavior. So, this is a super awesome, exciting time. But this loving and hating Trump is killing any willpower from the people to be represented. We're going to have to recognize, hi, I'm Chad Warren, and I have a problem. I grew up in a crazy cult, way worse than Scientology, called America, where Jewish people that ran Hollywood, first they were making Leave It to Beaver and all this nice stuff, and then they shifted it into this satanic grossness. You cannot buy your identity, your American identity, from Hollywood and not pay a price for it. Okay? The Nazis thanked Disney. You can watch all this in their damn movies about Operation Paperclip and Captain America Winter Soldier. The Nazis were taken into America because a bunch of Zionists run the Nazis and they run America. These people that think that they're better than us because they're rich. All kinds of Jewish people hate all this crap just like we do. It doesn't have anything to do with anything other than our human behavior. Study it. Recognize your own foibles. Help me. Help you. We're in one big giant life with everything else. And there's infinitely more that we don't know than we do know. So shut up. Act mature and quit being sad. If you think conspiracy theory is dumb, well, I think talking about frickin' Trump and whatever is dumb. You're completely have cognitive dissonance. If everything the left does is stupid, right? They're doing another impeachment thing. Well, then what is any value you talking about it? Waste of time. I need help to not be angry about this. People think I'm crazy, and I think they're stupid. I'm looking for the other people that are dissatisfied with this fake, fractured society, and who say, I want to craft the new world order. I want in on that action. Get a hold of me, chadwarren.me. Share with me what your solution is. How can I help you out? How can I promote what you're doing on my website? How can we influence the digital ghetto of social media? And have fun doing it. Thank you.